Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. I'm here to tell you more about Chinese poem, to give you the explanation for some of the poems that I've picked out. Reason why I'm doing this is because I really love Chinese culture, Chinese history, Chinese literature. I find it amazing how they can just use a few words to express a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions and meaning in a sentence in the olden days. Just quick disclaimer, I am Chinese, but my Chinese is not perfect. If I make a mistake, please kindly leave a comment so that we can all learn together. I am here to learn with you. I'm not here to teach you, so give me a chance, okay? Now, for the first poem, I will be introducing Zhang Jiu Ling, okay? In order to understand the poem and to interpret it, you have to understand his situation when he wrote the poem. Zhang Jiu Ling was basically a court official who was demoted in his later years under Emperor Xuanzong during the Tang Dynasty. He was in a way sabotaged by other court officials, and he eventually lost favor with the emperor. So you can see it as he was someone who was one of the heads, regional head, maybe marketing regional head in a big MNC, and eventually he was demoted to a small marketing manager, maybe in a subsidiary company in the countryside. So, but he was a really good employee, you know. So with that feeling of helplessness and anguish, he wrote this 12-part series called 感遇. Okay, so now I'm going to go through one part of it in his 12-part series, and here we go. So let's look at the first phrase in his poem. Okay, 江南有丹橘，京东有绿林. Now, basically it means that Jiangnan, which is the land south of Yangtze River, 有, it means has, 丹橘, it means oranges. Okay, in modern day we probably call it 橘子 or 橙. Okay, of course it could be different breeds of oranges, but they are all like tangerines, oranges. Okay, 京东有绿林. 经 is to pass, is to go through, is to go by. It can mean physical time. It can mean physical distance. It can also mean time. And 冬 is basically winter. 有 it means still. In modern day, we probably don't use 有 anymore. We use 还 or 还是. Okay, 绿林 it means green. Okay, so this phrase it basically means in the lands south of Yangtze River there are oranges, and even past winter it is still it's still green. It means that oranges can withstand the cold of winter. 起衣地气暖. Now, 起衣 means how could it be? Okay, 地气 climate, 暖 warm. Okay, and then 自有岁寒心. 自 it means self, 有 means has, 岁寒心. The ability to withstand the cold. When we look at 岁, we think of it as age. Okay. Instead of using it as a noun, in this poem, he used it as a verb to say that it can pass by the time. Okay, so 自有岁寒心. 寒 is cold, 心 is heart. So it means that pass cold heart, the core, okay, the ability. So how could it be due to the climate or due to the warm climate? Instead, it is because it has the ability to withstand the cold by itself, naturally. Okay, now the third phrase, 可以见家客. It means 可以 can, 见推荐的荐 recommend, given, presented. 家客 means guest. 奈何阻重生. 奈何 it means hands are tied. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do, a sense of being really desperate, so to no avail, okay? 阻 obstacle, okay? Obstruction. 重生 it means very deep, okay? Many layers of deepness. So 可以见家客，奈何阻重生. It can be recommended and given to guests, but unfortunately the obstacles are too deep and there are too many obstacles, okay? It is too deep to cross. So, 运命为所欲. 运命 it means your fate, it means your path in life. 为 is solely, 所欲 it means to encounter. So 所遇 means the things that happen to you, okay, the things that you encounter. 循环 is a cycle. 不可 cannot be. 循 it means sought, okay? So 运命为所遇. Fate is solely based on the things that happen to us. It's based on our encounters that determine our fate. To find that pattern, it is not possible, okay? That natural cycle of life, that natural, the cycle of how things happen, it cannot be understood. It cannot be investigated, okay? 徒言树桃李, only talk peaches and plums. Okay? Only talk about planting peaches and plums. And then 此木岂无因. 此木, this wood. Okay? 岂, same as the 岂 from before. It means how could it be? 无 is no. 因 is shade. Okay? So only talk about planting peaches and plums. People nowadays. Okay? But how could it be that they did not recognize that this wood has shade too? Right? That is the interpretation, because the direct translation is a bit difficult because T has no direct English translation. And interestingly, this last phrase where the tree offering shade as the good ability and good karma that you want to get came from another phrase, another saying, which is 树荆棘得刺, 树桃李得阴. It means if you plant thorns, you will be pricked, but if you plant plums and peaches, you will get shade. It is a saying to say that you reap what you sow. Okay, something like getting karma. Okay, so this is why Zhang Jiu Ling used back that same analogy in this phrase over here. 此木岂无因. Okay, overall, this poem has 4 different parts and 4 different feelings that are being conveyed. First part, 江南有丹菊，京东有绿林，起依地气暖，自有岁寒心. This part convey a feeling of admiration. Oranges are strong and they survive through the winter because of its natural innate ability to withstand the cold. And this is the main part, okay? He admires oranges and he uses oranges to describe that admiration. And in fact, it's actually talking about himself, okay? Because the second part, he says, 可以见家客，奈何主重生. So this part, he is expressing his helplessness for being unable to be used by the imperial court due to obstruction he faced in his life. And he is likewise comparing his situation to the situation of oranges. Then the next part, we sense that bit of concede in this phrase. 运命为所欲，循环不可循. So at this part, it seems like he has sort of given up a little bit to find the reason for why his situation is the way it is right now. So the pattern or explanation for fate cannot be understood. And then last part, he expressed his anguish for the situation. 徒言树桃李，此木岂无因. Don't orange trees provide shade too, like peaches and plums? He is actually referring to the imperial court officials that are being used at that time, who obviously sort of oust him out from the imperial court. So this last phrase was the really powerful phrase where he expressed his anguish for his current situation, because he feels that he is good too and he should be used, but unfortunately he isn't. Okay? So now, if we want to use these phrases in our normal life, how do we use it? Okay, now, when we are in a situation where we could have done so much more, but too bad, you know, due to the situation, our hands are tied. For example, you have an amazing idea, but your coworkers and your bosses are against it, right? You can tell people, you know, there's so much more I can do. 可以见家客，奈何主重生. There's so much more I can do, but too bad. You know, the obstacles are too much, are too strong. And then second situation, where we are in a situation where it's just unfortunate, there is no explanation, you don't even understand how things happen that way. Something like shit happened, okay? We can say 运命为所欲，循环不可循. Like, let's just not try to understand how things happen, because sometimes shit happens. Okay, I guess that's a classy way of saying shit happens. And at the end, 徒言树桃李，此木岂无因. This is the main gist of the whole poem that Zhang Jiu Ling was trying to express, okay? That sometimes all of us just focus on something else and we neglect something that should be appreciated, that should be recognized, okay? A very good example, sorry to fans of Greta Thunberg, but yeah, I kind of feel like everybody's focusing on Greta Thunberg when there are many other environmentalists who are also doing a great job. So, 徒言树桃李，此木岂无因? So beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so that's it. This is my explanation and my own interpretation, my personal interpretation of this poem by Zhang Jiu Ling. I hope you learned something and that it was interesting for you. Do leave me a comment if you have any. And if you have any poem that you would want me to do research on to explain, please feel free to drop a comment on that as well. And that's it. This is the end. Bye.